direction. Just look around and find at least something good. All you need will come to you. I'll never end your stay.
Welcome back to Two Canadians at Kafe Lise, a bigger podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Anton, and with me is...
DJ Spencer.
All right. And today is episode 24, and we figured we would talk about legacy seasons. This isn't the first time we've talked about legacy seasons. They've released a couple at this point, as of when we're recording, and they just released a new one, so we figured it might be a good time to talk about, get into legacy seasons in a bit more depth. We'll retread some stuff that we talked about before, just in case you hadn't had a chance to see that, in the previous times we've talked about it. But this way we can sort of, and it's always going to be a growing thing, because at this point there's 3 legacy seasons. So there's going to be more legacy seasons, and as they come out, we'll continue releasing videos. But we just figured touch base on it now, try to get a little bit more in depth on it. And as we go through, especially the new legacy seasons, but even the old ones, I'll throw them up beside us here so you can see the different things that they've, that are coming. If you haven't picked up a legacy season, you're curious, what's in there, we'll show you in the video. And a lot of this also came out of the latest dev stream. This latest one was announced just a few days ago. For us, it's the 9th of October right now. And so on Wednesday, they had a dev stream when they announced the latest legacy season. It was more of a Q&A dev stream, so there wasn't really anything to cover in there. But this is the most important thing. One thing they kind of mentioned, which we could say is they made a little bit of an adjustment to cosmetics. And what it was is, like, when you were looking at your gun skins in the cosmetics section, where you change your outfits and all that, it was showing you the ones you owned, plus it was showing you ones you didn't own as well. And so they've taken all the ones that you don't own and moved them out of there. So when you go into the gun cosmetics section to apply your skins, you'll only see skins you own. And then when you go into the shop area and see the new section that has just for buying cosmetics, there you'll see the ones that you don't own. But, it'll just be all the ones that you don't own. And still no announcement of, if they're ever going to take that new view and also move it over to the equip area, which would be really nice, so you can see the skins you own on the guns in that same kind of view. But maybe we could see. I don't even know if that's something they're working on. It would just be a nice one.
Well, at least the organization, right, where it's like all the guns are, or the weapons are organized by, like, the class, and then they're ordered by rarity, and then alphabetically. So that would be kind of nice to have. Same thing with symbols and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we you're right. It'd be nice if we had that organization that they have in the store in our cosmetics area for equipping. Because when you go into guns, it's just like a really weird, it's not even, I don't know if is it alphabetical? It's just really strange because
I want to say it's jumped around in the past.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem like there's I don't know what their sorting method is for in there.
Now it does seem like it's rarity and then alphabetized, I guess.
Alphabetized?
Alphabetized, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but at times I swear it wasn't alphabetized. It was just like, here's the rarity, and it's a little more manageable now and easier to find, but it's always like the next step, right, to improve it.
Yeah. So they've been doing work on the UI, and so hopefully that's something that they look at.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
But
one thing that was cool about the dev stream is the fact that they dropped legacy seasons right in the middle of it.
That was interesting. Yeah,
because
I never saw that before. Yeah.
they actually um, they just mentioned they had a surprise or whatever, and like whoever's the moderator in the chat said, give us 10 minutes or whatever, and there's going to be a surprise, and then it's like boom, Legacy season 10 10 Legacy season 4, which
Yeah.
is a total surprise because initially when they proposed the idea of Legacy seasons, they were supposed to come out with one Legacy season at the mid-season update. So with the point one updates of each season, right? So we've already had uh,
Yeah, they
Hunters
released season
dropped on
two,
us. Yeah,
Hunters.
with
Yeah,
9.1. So this is the second one uh,
within
already.
just a couple weeks.
Yeah,
So it's like, wow, that was quick. It did not
yeah,
take them long. And if they're doing that this fast, they could potentially release a whole bunch.
yeah.
Really quickly.
And what's
It's
nice
like,
is it's like it's a hot patch, I guess you could say, because you didn't have to actually update your Vigor client on your console. It literally
yeah,
all you had to do was like quit the game and restart it, and then boom, it's like it was there amongst your choices. And all you had
yeah,
to do is um, if you wanted to start on season 4 of Warlords, is you just had to turn on progression for that season instead of Hunters or Preppers if you had
yeah.
to finish those ones.
And buy it if you didn't.
Oh yes, sorry, if you didn't own it.
Yeah, if you didn't own it. And I was that was like the season I started, so I owned it. And I wasn't sure if I had finished it or not. And when I went into it, I had. But
Yeah.
now I have the ability to get it on the PlayStation, which is awesome. So I can go through it on there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we'll get into it. Our first thing is, what's a legacy season? You obviously you probably know, but we'll just go through it.
Yeah.
A legacy season is it's one of the old original seasons. So they've been doing this now. So we're currently on season 9. So you hopefully know that each season comes with a battle pass. When you progress through the battle pass, like, well, on a standard battle pass, you have two tiers. You have the free tier, which typically gives you crates. It might give you some crowns, and a few things. Like might give you some guns. It might give you some maybe some cosmetics. There's a little bit of cosmetics
Yeah.
in there, but not much. But then there's the paid tier, and the paid tier is where you get most of your cosmetics. It's where you get plans, um, that kind of thing. So and more crowns, even more crowns. So that's during a typical battle pass. The legacy season goes back to previous seasons that have been released within the last couple of years, and it's more giving you just the paid tier. They have
Yeah.
combined a little bit because in free tiers there's always like one outfit you get at the very end of a battle pass, so they sort of included that as well into the legacy season. So when you finish it, you'll also get that one outfit. So it's at the end of that particular season. But it's typically all the stuff that you're going to get out of the uh, what you would have gotten that season, except for the badges, because each
Yeah.
season would come with special badges that you could throw up onto to show people, hey, I've completed this far into whatever that battle pass. That's the only thing you don't get out of these legacy seasons is the badges. So the only
Yeah.
way to get a badge is to actually play through the season when it's live.
They've also
Uh,
tweaked the amounts of crowns that you get out of them as well.
yeah, they've tweaked it, so it's not
Yeah.
a say 100% what it was then. And so far they've been staying pretty consistent. So legacy seasons, I think, is like 330 crowns
Yeah.
to purchase it.
Yeah.
And then if you play through the whole legacy season, the crowns you'll get out of it is more than what you paid
Yeah.
for it. So it's definitely,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
I
Uh,
think off the top of my head, I think it's if you complete the battle pass, it's 360 or 390 crowns total.
yes. So it's not,
Something like that.
yeah, it's not like you're getting a huge amount of crowns, but you are getting more than what you paid.
Yeah.
You're making it back. But yeah, so that's what the legacy season is, just taking you back through an old season that you maybe didn't play. If it is a season you own and say you didn't finish, when it comes out and you say get into that legacy season, it'll and it looks like it'll pick up where you left off. So
Yeah.
if you got to level 40, when that legacy season comes back out and you start progressing in it again, you should start at the same level you ended, so level
Yep.
40. and then just continue on from there. So that's cool. So you won't have to buy it again if it's one that you paid for in the past. That's great. But yeah, that's typically what Legacy Season is. You're getting the cosmetics and skin, like, well, skins and cosmetics, same thing, and plans though as well.
Yep.
So if there's a plan in a season that you didn't get and you haven't received through crates yet, another chance for you to get it.
Yep.
Another thing, if you have something in a Legacy Season as you're progressing through, say you got it from the store, you bought it or whatever, it'll still show it in the Legacy Season, but when you finish that level of the Legacy Season, you'll get a corresponding crate instead. Everything has like a rarity value, so like if it's a certain skin or a certain plan, it'll be like, it could be a blue rarity, it could be a purple rarity or a gold rarity. If you have it already, you'll get the corresponding crate. So, which is kind of cool. I'm glad they did that. When they first released Legacy Seasons, it used to show you crates instead of what the thing was if you already had it. But then, so if you didn't have something, say it was this particular gun skin, and then you got it, and then you went back to look at it again, it would just show you the crate because you already had it. So they totally changed that. You're still getting crates if you have something, but they're actually showing you what should have been at that level, which was cool. Yeah, it's a nice to be able to look back and see where did something come in a particular season. So that's neat.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Legacy Season 4, which dropped Wednesday. So that came out Wednesday. As I mentioned, it was a hot patch, so you just had to restart your game. You didn't have to download the client. Now, the reason why they dropped Season 4, and this was a frequent question within the actual dev stream that it happened, was why Season 4 and why wasn't like Season 3 dropped instead, and like why wasn't it done consecutively? The reason being is the demand for Season 4. Because there's been polls out there, there's been a lot of questions about the famous Bugle plan, because this is the season that the Bugle came out, and some newer players who didn't have the plan, I guess, weren't opening enough crates and they couldn't access it. So the demand was there, and they listened. So that's why Season 4 was chosen as the next Legacy season. So things that came out in Season 4.
Before we go on to that, I believe this season originally came out, it must have been early June or maybe just before June of 2020, because this is the season I started Warlords. And I did get this season, and I started, I think, like it was about 22nd of June or so. That's about when I started playing. So I think it was in that
June
neighborhood
16th.
of when it came out. Oh, so but it was like a week before I started playing then. Okay.
June 16th was the date.
Not bad.
So yeah. So other weapons that came in or tools, there was the jammer, mortar strike. Oh, actually, I do have the levels too. So Season 4. So jammer was at level 9. The bugle plan, actually, believe it or not, level 17. So that's very early in the battle pass for like a good gun like that. There is the RM14, which is a knife. That came out at level 25. The M249, which is the best LMG out there, I think. Level 27. The UK VZ59, which is another LMG, level 31, and mortar strikes came at level 35. So
so there was a lot of plans in this season, and it was like not just drop any little plans. There was like significant plans that came out in this season. Like sure, the UK VZ59, I never used that gun, but but the M249, that's a gun I'll use. The bugle, of course, everyone wants to use the bugle. The RM14 knife, this is back in the time when they used to release a knife every season, and so They've kind of stopped doing that.
And yeah, like this goes to show too how like prior to, I think it was season 7, where essentially like every season had multiple new guns, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
lot of work just to implement one gun. And here we've had Bugle, MT49 UK, so that's 3 weapons right there, or guns plus a knife, and then plus 2 consumables, right?
Yeah.
And then like all the other seasons too were maybe not to that degree, but there was always like multiple weapons and multiple consumables. So
Yeah.
it is a lot of work.
It
Um,
was. Yeah, for sure.
Now, some one thing I do like cosmetically out of season 4 Warlords is the King of the North helmet, which is at level
Yeah.
41, right? Like I'm
That's
like,
a fantastic helmet.
yeah, as Canadians, like Toronto Raptors, that's like their kind of team slogan or motto or whatever you want to call it, uh, King of the North, and it's like for that, I love it. I don't wear it because to me it's like a giant white, target.
Ah.
I die enough, but it's like
I'll wear it. I'll wear it on occasion. Depends on
yeah.
my outfit, though.
Oh,
If
okay.
we start at the beginning of this, it was a really good season for a lot of things. Like, the basic outfit was kind of a cool little outfit.
Mhm.
I still like it to this day. It's like this. It's not quite. It's sort of almost like a wintry kind of jacket, but it has like a little bit of a fur collar to it.
Okay.
Um, the jacket's a bit of
Yeah.
a more rugged jacket. It's opened up, and I think you're wearing a sweater or something underneath. But it's a decent looking jacket.
Yeah. So that's the
Um,
Warlord skin is what
the
you're the one
warlord
you're
skin. Yeah, that's
talking
what I
about.
meant. Like the
Yeah.
warlord skin that
Yeah.
you get.
Yeah. Because the other one's called
Um,
Veteran, I believe. And that,
oh yeah, I don't even remember what all the. Yeah, you're right. They had different names for it.
yeah.
Because there was the veteran skin or jacket or skin or whatever that does look more like a almost
Some
like a military, an older style military jacket.
I was going to say like almost like a trench coat ish,
Yeah,
like that.
right. But it does have a more of a military feel to it,
Yeah.
whereas the one with the fur collar is a bit more just yeah, a little bit more rugged,
Yeah.
outdoorsy kind of look to it.
Yep.
This is also the season they came out with the is I want to call them like they're welders helmets, I think, right?
Oh, the
Um,
Defender helmets, I think they're
yeah,
called.
they think they call them defenders, but they have like the slit. They
Yeah.
look like to me they look like welders helmets,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think they were supposed to be a bit more functional than just being a welder's helmet. But yeah,
Yeah, and there's like one where it's open and then one that's closed and
yeah, they have a few different versions of it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few face paints too released in this season. I was never a huge fan of the face paints, but they're not terrible. It's just they're
Yeah.
face paints. They do have my favorite one of my favorite eyes sets in this season, which are the little goggles.
Oh. Yeah.
Um, and another streamer, Wardog, he does like a steampunk challenge where if you pay, he'll put on very
Yeah.
similar goggles. Actually, like they go over his
Yeah.
eyes.
Actually, he got rid of that. He swapped it out. He has another
He
steam.
swapped it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
because
it's like a half face
yeah.
steampunk now thing. But he used to have these goggles.
Yeah.
But I do really like these goggles. They were ones I would wear quite often.
Yeah. So yeah, that's season 4 Warlords that just came out
Yeah.
on
And
Wednesday.
there's a few other cosmetics in there
Yeah.
too, like some other face masks and some of those breathing ones, like painter's masks, and there were
Yeah.
some good gloves in it. And I think that's. Oh, and there was also some various weapon skins too. There was the reptile ones. There's quite a few reptile ones that showed
Yep.
up in this season, I think. Um, yeah, I see the M249 got a reptile skin.
Yeah. The ADR I
Uh,
think had one too towards the end.
Yeah, there was a green tape one for the bugle on in this season. I think the UK 59 had a skin like that too, like a reptile style one. They had a kind of a zebra one too. There's some zebra skins. They were really going weird with some of the skins in this one.
It was
Like
like
really.
animal theme almost.
It was like there was like a zebra and a yeah, reptile kind of theme going on.
Yep.
Um, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. But yeah, as we're talking, obviously you'll be seeing this along the side. We're just sort of looking at it as we're talking about it because yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's season 4. So that was Warlords, and yeah, it was a strong season to start out with, and I think if I had started on a weaker season, maybe who knows if I would have kept up with it as much. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was definitely a good season.
This was technically my second one because I had started at
Yeah, you started in
the end of
Rivals,
season
yeah,
3, right? There was like 2 weeks, I think, left in season 3 when I started. So
yeah,
um,
yeah,
this was
and I
my
really
first
want
go.
to, yeah, I really want to get that one season 3 as well. So
Yeah.
well, I look forward to whenever that one shows up.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So, yeah, and now we'll just quickly go over the other seasons a little bit here too. Just so you, in case you haven't seen our other videos and gone through them, the first season they released was Preppers, season 1. This one is the one that introduced the kind of like a hazmat looking suit where you had the face like you're fully covered with the face mask that had the hose coming down. So if you complete this season, you'll get a few different versions of that outfit. Um, this is the one that introduced the steampunk skins for weapons.
Hmm.
So quite a few weapons had some really nice steampunk looking skins.
Yep.
Um, Other cosmetics, there's bandanas, nothing really important. You had the alarm trap plans in
Yep.
this
Level
one,
6.
level 6. What else was other? Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously there was other plans. There was the
SVD at 14.
SVD at 14. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
contact bomb at 26. Uh, SG1
yeah.
at 40 and transmitter at 46.
Yeah, so that was another one that had like yeah, because the transmitter was nice. So season 4 introduced the jammer, and season 1 introduced the transmitter. That's right.
Hmm.
That's the plans you get in season 4 was the
Yeah.
jammer plans. I don't know if we mentioned the jammer plans or not, but we mentioned the mortars.
Yep.
We might have glossed over the jammer a little bit, but
Yeah. No, I mentioned it.
okay, good. But yeah, and mostly. Oh, what's that one? There's one other plan here. What is that one? At level 46. What's the plan at level
That's the transmitter.
46? That's the transmitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I looking at from earlier? Oh, I might have just been thinking of another one. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. But yeah, so this was, and they had a lot of bags in this one. This one really went heavy on bags.
Hmm.
Whether you like them or not, it's that's personal taste. Nothing
Yeah.
bad with them. It's just they weren't like the ones that really drew me in a lot. They had a few gestures in this season,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Well, one thing that I liked about this one, like really, really liked, and it's
Yeah.
very simple, is the M21 wrap skin. Literally, all it is it's the plain
Yeah.
M21, and literally it's like there's like a blanket around the barrel of it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know what it is, but I love that one. The minute I got it, I had to equip it because
That one was a nice one.
yeah,
The ES16 had a really basic skin that was nice too. It was like a brownish woody kind of skin with the stock was wrapped and looked like black tape or something.
mm,
So another basic skin.
yep,
Like they do some really nice basic skins
yep.
when they do it. The A1 had a kind of a strange kind of what do you call it? Like
Oh yeah, it's the arrows, right? Like a traffic arrow type thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
it almost looks like those arms that come down, which are black and yellow.
yeah.
Yeah, that skin on the A1, that
I
was a
I think I could be wrong, but I think this is the season, and it was early on in the battle pass. The VZ58 had a like Soviet Russia like skin
Oh, I know what you mean.
where it's like you got the red star. It was like red and yellow or whatnot.
Right.
That one, like I don't use the 58. I'm not.
No, but it is a good skin.
Yeah, that
The
skin
Scorpion
is
also, Yeah, the Scorpion had a nice little black kind of skin that had a
The
fish
fish one, yeah.
skeleton. Yeah.
It says eat fish and die. I love it.
Eat fish and die. Yeah, the Scorpion. So there's some quality skins in here for sure.
Yeah, and like
I'm
you
just
mentioned
looking for
too,
the Visa
the
58.
the,
Yeah.
the steampunk ones for the
Mm-hmm.
Suomi and the PPSH 41. Oh my god, like those were like steampunk. I love it. Like give me
Yeah.
steampunk skins for every weapon now. Like
I'd love
because
it. Yeah.
they have it for like another couple of seasons where they've added a few other ones, but
Well, this season actually had the grease gun as well.
yeah,
So the grease gun had a special steampunk and the Gewehr 3.
yeah.
And that's also one of my favorites too, is the Gewehr 3 steampunk skin.
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely great great skins.
Yep.
And then what's the season? And then the next season they did was
Season 2 Hunters. Uh,
yep.
so season 2 Hunters. Oh, I guess we forgot to mention Preppers originally launched in
Yeah, yeah.
December 10th, 2019. Um,
Okay.
season 2 Hunters originally dropped February 4th, 2020. And here
Okay.
they introduced I like the Hunter skin is the main one. That one I love it
It was a fantastic skin.
with like the
Yeah.
shroud and everything.
Yep.
I was excited to get it and stuff. Now it's like part of my inventory. I'm
Yep.
almost done. I don't know about you, but I'm almost done this one. I'm at like 40, level 44, 45 or so.
I have a ways to go still on the Xbox on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But things that were introduced in season 2 Hunters, the crossbow plan at level 5, the John plan, which is the knife, at level 15, the fig glint plan at level 21, and the portable signal detector at 30. So that was the big one in season 2 is the portables plan.
The ports. Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people bought this legacy season for that reason itself. This one came out with a number of bandanas, which I actually like, and I actually put my outfit or put it on my Outlander. For the longest time, I've had a beanie or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I actually like the look of the bandana on my Outlander. So I actually switched. I like it's not often I change stuff on my Outlander, but I actually did it. So they had a bunch of variations of that.
Yeah.
I kind of like glossed over a lot of it. And the one nice gun cosmetic that I like is the black wood skin.
We talked about that before. Yeah, the blackwood on the I really like it on the pigeon, and it's nice on the IZH, but I like it better on the pigeon. Yeah. They also introduced some reptile ones on this one too. There's the M2 carbine has a nice reptile wrap skin on this one. And I think there's this the one where you adjust the gesture one where you adjust your shorts is in this season.
Oh yeah, fixing underpants.
Fixing your underpants.
I love that one. It's like that. I got that one. I was like, that's my default one.
Yeah, the Thompson got a nice skin for the Thompson. It's similar to that ES16 one from season 1, where it's like a brownish, sort of a brownish colored one with some black tape wrapped around it, so it's a nice looking skin, even though it's a Thompson. This is where the ADR got its reptile skin. It was in level 25 of this season. And they also included some bags in this season too, but I like the bags that came in this season better. I don't know, season 1, the bags were just sort of like, they're almost like, here's like a woolen bag, and they almost look like, I almost want to say the kind of bags you might see hippies wearing or something. But I say hippies, but you know what I mean. That's the kind of bags. When I see those kind of bags, like, okay, yeah, those, whatever. They don't look functional, but like in season 2, they started getting to bags that look like, okay, here's a bag I could see as an Outlander taking out. It has, place for your thermos. It has, you got stuff hanging off of it. It's a, kind of, you want to grab stuff and survive while you're out in the woods or whatever. This is the bag that you would need for it.
Yep.
So yeah, they had some good bags in season 2, starting in season 2. A few more gestures. Of course, there was knife stuff and mittens and all that kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, season 2 was a really solid season.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, the
Yeah.
the hunter skin is like, before, when I first started it, that was like my favorite skin that I thought would never be like
Available, yeah.
available,
Other
or
than, yeah, they had it
achievable.
available shortly for the premium pack if you bought it when you
Yes.
got like 4,000 skins, and that's how I got a version of it for a while
Yeah.
until they released this. So
Yeah.
it's nice having a few different versions of it now
Oh
of
yeah,
that
for
skin.
sure. Uh,
Yeah, so that's season 2 Hunters. So we've talked about the current seasons that are out. Now it's just going to be speculation. We're thinking, okay, what's going to be next?
yeah.
As we try to think, are they just going to go back and release season 3, which would be easy enough for them in Rivals? You started in Rivals. What was there anything huge that came out in Rivals?
So the consumable wise was the iodine and caffeine.
Oh,
Weapon
okay.
wise, they introduced silence weapons, which is the PSS, SVU, and MP5 KSD3. So
Oh, so those all came in season 3. Gotcha.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
so, and then if we want to go to season five had um, the booby trap was brought in.
Okay.
The SWSH 629 pistol, the GAL, the KS 23, and the AKM bayonet. So that's a knife.
Yeah, they released a lot of knives back then.
Yeah, like you said before, like every season had at least one.
Yeah.
Then season 6 Junkers. Um, what do we have here? We had
And
sawed
that
off
was the
shotgun.
same season that started the PlayStation players, was season 6.
Trying to think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because it was a month after. Because this was November 10th,
Yeah.
2020. So
Yeah,
they
so they
started.
started season
Yeah,
6, and then
that's right.
PlayStation popped in right around the same time
Yeah,
as the actually it was just after the update. So there was 6.1 update, then PlayStation came in.
yeah. And then they ended up like extending the season a bit too, because PlayStation had a
Yeah.
late start. So sawed off shotgun, the RPK 74, which is the LMG, the M3 fighting knife, and the ZA M76, which I believe is the sniper. That's military grade, the purple one.
Yeah.
New tools. This is one that might be popular. Is the armor plate and decoy.
Yeah, those yeah, actually those are both the decoy not as much. You
No,
don't see them get used
and
very often, but you do on occasion.
I don't know if you've noticed this, and someone mentioned it to me, and I actually used it in a couple of encounters, but they changed it where it actually just fires off like a single shot. Like, you know how it used to simulate gunfire or
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
gunfight?
yeah.
It's only one side now, where it's like
Oh,
literally
so it's
like just one gun shooting.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's rough. Trust me. Yeah, I don't think it's very usable right now, but
Yeah, because before it would at least have a couple guns that were in the lobby
yeah,
and have a couple different guns firing off, so you'd think someone might have been having a firefight.
yeah,
Because there's been times where I've heard just one gun going off a bunch, and I was like, is someone just firing for no reason
yeah,
to try to attract people? Maybe it
yeah,
was a decoy. I
yeah,
just never thought of it.
yeah. Check
Yeah.
it out. Next time you think about it. Um,
Yeah, and this season had like one of my favorite skins, the Junker skin. Like I
yeah,
really, and that's also where the Shootout custom skin came from, and the Eliminations custom skin were based on this original Junker skin. There's also a Robber skin, which
yeah,
I was never a fan of the Robber skin.
yeah. And this is
There was some, yeah,
season 5 too had that strange looking like bee helmet too that came out. It had
bee
like the
helmet.
yeah, it's like you had a helmet, and then there's like these weird goggles, and like it had like the nose piece, and it's just very, I don't remember what it was actually called, but it was a
Now
very
I need to see it. Maybe I'll try to get pictures, any
yeah,
little pictures that we can of these
yeah.
seasons, because we're
I got a
getting them
pick
from there.
Yeah, I got a pick for you that you could definitely check out.
Yeah, and
There,
I'll throw them into here.
there. I
Yeah,
just sent
but
you
that
one.
was
It's on the bottom
Renegades,
left.
right? Okay.
Junkers.
Oh, I think you said season 5. That's why I was confused. Okay.
Yeah, because we were talking about
In
this
the
season,
bottom.
right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that one.
that one.
Yeah,
So it
that is,
looks
I
like
know
a
what you're talking about.
bee or bird. Sorry, that one's just so weird. Like I
It
don't.
is a weird helmet. Yeah.
It is funky looking. Um,
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just a really
yeah,
strange one.
sorry, I shouldn't have said bee. I should have said bird. It's more like a bird helmet type thing.
Yeah, because
Um,
that would have helped.
yeah.
I would have remembered exactly what you meant.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll keep going. So season 7
Yep.
brought in the B-93 Rafika, the M60E3, and La Chèvre. The shotgun. I don't. It, I don't think there's any consumables there. And then season. I guess we go season 8 because technically it's not. It might be.
Yeah, it's still one that could come back.
Yeah,
Well, any previous season can be a legacy
yeah,
season now,
that's
right?
true. So season 8 introduced the PHM-82 sniper rifle, and that's actually it. Because season 8 was more about fixing, bug fixing, and stuff like that, and balancing. So, and season 8 also introduced legacy seasons. So, um, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all of them. So,
That's all the ones that are going to be coming. So
yep,
at this point,
yep,
even right now, it's season 9 will eventually be a legacy season,
yep,
but that won't be for a while.
yeah, exactly. Um,
Yeah.
so they kind of mentioned in the dev stream that the reason for season 4 being dropped, and I already mentioned it, was it was the demand. And originally they had said, so I remember when they first dropped the season 1 legacy season, they mentioned we're actually going to, like, we're thinking about putting out a poll out there, and, like, the community can vote. And apparently the community did it itself. They mentioned it in the
They had
dev
their
stream
own
this past week.
polls.
And
Yeah.
so that's why. And then I actually checked. So I'm not on I'm not on Facebook, so I can't look at Facebook. But on Reddit itself, someone put up a poll saying, now that Warlords has gone legacy, which one do you want to see next? And right now, which one do you think, Doc? I won't just say it.
Oh, what I missed the last part you said.
So what's the next legacy season that you think the poll on Reddit says, now that season 4 has dropped? So
I'm just trying
rivals,
to think of, yeah.
renegades, junkers, mercenary, or trappers.
Well, I would think people are trying to go for rivals, but I'm just trying to think of anything cool that really came out in Renegades or Junkers, and there was nothing game changing in either of those. Like there
Well,
was the Swish gun, there's the Smith and Wesson shooter that came out in there. What else came out in
see, okay. So, like, for me, like, season 6 had the armor plate, right? So I would think that would be a popular
Oh,
one.
that makes sense. I forgot about the armor plate. Yeah.
And what was the other one there? Uh, I think that's the next big one, anyways.
Yeah.
That I would have thought. Um, yeah, so I honestly would have thought it would have been Junkers, the number one, but sorry, I kind of gave away. But what would be your guess then?
Well, I'm still thinking season 3 people
Yeah,
want, partly because it's an old season that has,
yeah,
skins and stuff that people haven't
yeah.
seen. So
And it has the jacket that I've been rocking pretty much since I started.
that's true. It has some good skins.
um,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, season 3 was the number one, or currently is the number one voted option, followed by Mercenaries, and then Junkers, which kind of like surprised me
Interesting.
because, like I said,
Yeah.
people wanted the Bugle, and they voted it, and it was clear that people wanted it. Um, so I honestly would have thought that armor plates would have been the next thing that people were really looking at.
Right. Yeah.
And no, actually, it's not. Apparently, I don't mind. Like season 3, I started there and I didn't get to finish it, so I want to be able to like finish it. And
I was surprised that I finished season 4 on the Xbox, but I'm glad that it's out because now I get a chance to get it for my PlayStation. And I know there's been seasons like, cause
yeah,
you know, I think I finished I know I finished season 6. I think I'm pretty good on the Xbox. I think I finished most seasons
yeah,
on the Xbox. But when it comes to PlayStation, ever since it came out on season 6, there might be 1 or 2 seasons where I couldn't quite finish it on the PlayStation just because when you're doing 2 battle
yeah,
passes, you got to play a lot.
yeah.
And so I'm sure there's PlayStation ones I didn't finish. I know I got to finish 8 because they had extended it. It was a really long season. Not that they extended it, and they did
Yeah.
by a week, but that was one I could finish on both for sure. But I think season 6 and season 7, when they finally get released, it'll be nice just because I didn't get to finish those ones.
And see, Warlords, I thought I hadn't finished, but apparently I did. And then I was thinking about it. I think that was like the first season that I played where they extended it like for quite a while. And I think that might be the one where they extended it to like level 75. But
and they did that a few times,
they did it
because
like
I think
twice.
I'm not sure if season 4 got extended to 75. It might have actually, because there was a lot of people when I was started, and I started like a week into it when I started. I think I was one of those ones where I was playing right to the end to get it finished.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people who just grind these things and they're done level 50 in like no time.
Like 3 days.
Because they're playing it 8 hours a day for a few days. Yeah. And so, yeah, those people is like, well, they're extending it. But what about us who've been done it for forever? And so they give another 25 levels, which give you crates and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I know there's a few times where they extended it like that, and I got some of the extra crates that they could give, whatever. But it's mostly just crates, and what else do they give? Is it just crates, or is it anything else?
There was one where they gave the Borneo jacket, was it not?
Oh yeah, you're right. If you got to 75, yeah, I don't think I got that jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I had won a giveaway that gave me a code for that because that was like an exclusive skin that you needed an Xbox code for, and unfortunately because of I already had it, like basically I got the same thing. So I don't know if like there was any kind of like thing for duplicates or anything like that, but anyways.
Yeah.
I was just happy to say, hey, I got to level 75 and I'm done.
Yeah, true that.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm very surprised that in this case here in this poll, Junkers wouldn't be the number one because the armor plate plan. But I do understand why 3 would be there. Is just because a lot of players started further down the line, and this is the oldest season that's unavailable right now. So
true, yeah, and a lot of PlayStation players, depends on when they started, but when they started, it was Junkers. But the plate came in Renegades, didn't it?
What's that?
The armor plate came out in Renegades, right? In season
Junkers 6.
5. Oh, was it 6 that came out? I thought it was Renegades for some reason. I don't know. I'm getting my seasons confused already.
Yeah, season 6 Junkers came with the armor plate.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Renegades came with the gal and the swish
and the booby trap,
SWSH, and the booby trap and the KS-23. Right. Okay. Yeah, even now we're just talking about it, and I'm getting confused by all the different things that come out.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep track of it all.
Yep,
for sure. But yeah, no, it's nice that they're doing it, and it's almost like an accelerated rate. So I'm kind of curious by Christmas how much will have been out. Like, will they have everything out by Christmas, maybe, or
Yeah, maybe they'll just throw it up.
Conceivable.
And it's like, pick whichever ones you want.
Yeah, and then going forward, once they get to the point where everything is a legacy season, like when a new season comes out, is the old season going to be available right away, or is it going to be, do you have to wait a season before an old season becomes legacy?
I think they had kind of mentioned it in one of the past dev streams where um, they may, I don't think it was a concrete plan as of yet, but um, similar to weapon plans and consumable plans, that you wouldn't be able to get them the following season. It would be the next season after that that you would be able to find them in crates and um, stuff like that.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe it would take technically 2 seasons for a season to become legacy. So
Yeah.
once season 10 drops, then Trappers season 8 would be available type thing.
Be an option for legacy. Yeah.
So again, it's not. I don't think it was like 100% decided, but they kind of mentioned that.
And that makes sense. It would make sense to give a little bit of a break between when a season came out and when a season and when it becomes legacy.
Yeah.
You know, give a season buffer. That way, people who maybe have stuff that was exclusive to that season get to play with it for a season.
Exactly.
And other people can be jealous.
Yeah. Yeah. You're kind of like providing a benefit, right, to those who like got the actual premium battle pass. So.
Yeah. And then they also have the it also whets the appetites of other people. It's like, hey, get into the game. Oh, that's really cool. What season was that in?
Yeah.
And so, oh, was that last season? Okay, well, I'll have to wait till next season to get it, but cool, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that's legacy season. So that's our big overview of what's currently out, what's going to be coming in the future, you know, of stuff that came out in particular seasons. We'll still cover them as they come out as well. It's just because, you know, there's always a little bit of difference between the legacy season and how it was presented in the original season. So it's mostly cosmetics anyways.
Yep.
But yeah, there'll be plans, that kind of thing. But it's usually like where you would have a battle pass or not like a badge, you know, a season badge. Something's replacing that season badge.
Yep.
So whether it be a weapon or whatever, who knows?
Yep.
But yeah. But yeah,
I got
that's
one
it.
more thing though, Doc. A little special thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So off topic, but I was super excited when I found this out. But
Okay.
So Half Metal Fox, Vigor partner, has now got an invite to be a Twitch partner because he met all the requirements. So huge congrats.
Oh, he finally got it.
Yeah, huge congrats to Half Metal Fox. As far as I know, first Vigor partner and first Vigor streamer to actually get Twitch partnered. So
that's amazing. Yeah.
I'm excited. That's awesome. Like, it's huge.
It is.
I love it.
That is huge because when you look at the Vigor category, there's typically, you know, 130 to 200 people maybe watching at a time. So, you know, when he comes on to capture that, because you have to have an average of 75 viewers or chatters or whatever viewers in your stream for a month at least. I think you have to make it consistent for a month to get that. So that's huge.
Yeah. So,
he
finally got it. Was it yesterday or today? No, he got it today. So October 9th.
Oh, nice. So he tweeted about that today, did he?
Yeah. So he got
Nice.
the invite. Yeah. So it's kind of like the affiliate thing, I guess, where you get the email saying like you're invited, and then you have to apply. So it sounds like he actually applied, and I'm super excited for him, man.
Yeah, that's great. That's sweet. It's good to see that little star beside his name now.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, congrats. Yeah, congrats, Half Metal Fox. It's you know, he does a lot of work. He puts out the YouTube videos and as well, so he generates a lot of interest, which is awesome. So it's good to hear. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, that'll be a good place for us to stop today. Thanks for listening to our talk on legacy seasons.
Yeah.
And so we'll be back in a couple weeks with our next episode. Not sure what it's going to be at that point because we're still a little ways away before season 10 drops. So
I think it's 23 days.
Yeah,
which is curious because it's pre-Halloween, or it's post-Halloween. So I'm wondering
if they're going to do a Halloween thing. So maybe it will be a Halloween episode, the next one.
Yeah.
Because they had mentioned doing stuff for Halloween, and so far we haven't really seen anything yet, but it's early. It's early in October.
Yep.
So there's still a chance for things to show up.
Yep.
So maybe that's what we'll be talking about. Maybe we'll talk about Halloween.
Yep.
You never know. But again, thanks for listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave comments in the comment section on YouTube, or we're also posting these up on Reddit. I know DJ's working on some Reddit stuff for us, so you may even see a bit more of a presence for us there.
I posted in Discords too, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, keep an eye out. Send us your questions, any thoughts you have. We'd love to hear them, and any suggestions too. So bring them on down. But until next time, I've been Dr. Anton.
And I'm DJ Spencer.
And we'll see you in the Outlands.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Lost your way again. You don't see your reflection. Just look around and find at least something good. All you need will come to you. I'll never refuse you. Take whatever you want, so just get a hold. I know you'll find your way. No need to go the same. Grab your chance and flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. You must be calm anyway. Grab your chance and flame up your dream. Flame up your dream. It's time to leave the place where you are forced to fade away. You barely breathe, heart is breaking in the chest. I'll make you feel that it's not real. Your thoughts because of which you barely live. I'll never refuse you. Take whatever you want, so just get a hold. I know you'll find your way. No need to go the same. Grab your chance and flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. You must be calm anyway. Grab your chance and flame up your dream. Flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. No need to go the same. Grab your chance and flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. You must be calm anyway. Grab your chance and flame flame of you.